as I just did there. Angie, thank you again for being here with us and sharing with public libraries all about Bright Start Explorers and the resources you have available.
Well, wonderful. And thank you, Amy. I am coming in from Boone County to each and every one of you guys. So I am up north in Kentucky and so excited to talk about Bright Start Explorers for so many different reasons. You can see this very first screen. I am calling and coming in on behalf of Waterford Upstart, which is just one of 4 partners for Bright Start Explorers. So let me start by saying it is thanks to the generous funding of Partners for Rural Impact that has brought these national nonprofits together to provide a program for the students in Eastern Kentucky to not only be ready for school if they are going into kindergarten in 2026, but for all of those current kindergartners, first and second graders to have support throughout this school year, the 2025-26 school year. So without the generous programming of Waterford Upstart and Parent Powered and Raising a Reader, we would not be as powerful as we are. We are all grounded on making sure that parent and family engagement is at the center of all of the academics, which are all 3, reading, math, and science. And so by bundling us all together, you have an opportunity for families to receive technology, tactile books, and text messaging. So again, a wonderful program called Bright Start Explorers, 100% endorsed by the Lieutenant Governor. And I'm here to tell you all of the details of the program. All right, so funded by Partners for Rural Impact, this program is for families with children that are in pre-K all the way through 2nd grade. So if you have a 4-year-old or you work with 4-year-olds the year before they go into kindergarten in 2026, then they are 100% eligible to register for Bright Start Explorers. So are kindergartners, first graders, and second graders. All of this is designed to boost a child's learning, prepare them for kindergarten if they have yet to enter kindergarten, and to support success in school. So if they are in some type of pre-K program through the district or a private pre-K program, they are currently in kindergarten, they are currently in first or currently in second grade, then this program is for those families. Families are going to get a lot. All right, and so I'm going to go through each one of these so you understand not just the text on the slides, but what it actually means. And so families are going to receive home access to an online learning platform. This is the best part. I'm a busy mom of 2. It is designed to work if used for just 15 to 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Doesn't have to be Monday through Friday. I understand how crazy Mondays can be. So we have a handful of families that do use it 5 days a week. They lean heavily on maybe using it in the morning and the afternoon, so twice on Saturdays. And then they pick it up on Sundays, which then they pick 2 days during the week to use the program. And because it's just 15 to 30 minutes a day, they tend to be able to find that time pretty comfortably. It's a range, 15 to 30 minutes, because the original intent is to ensure that every family has an opportunity to use the reading program. That would be the first 15 minutes. And then if you want to continue on and your child is really, really interested in those math and science components, then they can use it for an additional 15 minutes. So no more than that 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and all at home. Right? We know that you guys are serving the families in lots of different locations, but the program is 100% designed to work wherever a child learns. And this specific implementation brought to you by Partners for Rural Impact is to be home access. So to carry all of the great work each and every one of you are doing and introducing children to into the home environment. Let's be honest, we've all learned a lot through COVID. And we know that the biggest barrier to any type of home program with an online learning platform is going to be equipment. And so if a family needs a device or internet, then they just request it through registration and it is completely funded at no cost to the families. So Partners for Rural Impact has already allocated the funds needed for families that might want a device or internet. The internet will come as a Wi-Fi package, and at the end of the program, they will get families will get a return labeled envelope, and they just pop it in there and send it back. The device is really a gifted personal device to the family. And so we use, for Bright Start Explorers, an outside vendor called Human IT. They will provide that family with their own personal device in which they can access Waterford Upstart, and that device is the family's to keep. What's great about this is if you've worked with anyone from the age of 4 to 2nd grade, you know those fine motor skills are always a work in progress. And you know the importance of digital literacy, especially as a child transitions potentially from a pre-K to a kindergarten, and even a kindergarten to a 1st grade program. So that digital literacy will be built in for the family, and more importantly for the child. Now, that can feel overwhelming, right? Technology, technology, technology. Well, we can't hide from it. So what we want to do is we want to support it. So each and every family is going to receive a caring coach. They're going to offer guidance and encouragement tailored to each child. So let's back up. I want to create an image for you. The child is going to interact with the software. The adult in that family and or that older sibling supporting the child is going to interact with the student on the program. And then we have these caring coaches that will be interacting with the adults and the family members to ensure that we have well-rounded support for everyone. So sometimes that caring coaching and that guidance and encouragement is around the child's progress academically. Sometimes it is around challenges, whether it's academic challenges or, again, that digital literacy and software challenges. And sometimes it's just around momentum building and a reward system to keep everybody motivated and excited to continue to use the program. Upon registration in every single county in which families are also receiving Raising a Reader, families upon registration are going to get a book bag filled with books and reading guides. Those same families will also receive, through parent-powered, weekly text messages with learning tips. Sometimes those learning tips will integrate some of those books received in the book bag. And again, that's because we're not bringing to you one program with Bright Start Explorers. In many of our counties, it is bundling 3 programs together. I don't want to be forgetful and remind everybody, we understand how much fun it can be when you're 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 years old. And so the entire program is fun, it's adaptive, and it's evidence-based curriculum. Hopefully you can see on this slide in my right-hand corner, it's your right-hand corner too. That's Rosie and Rusty. Those are just 2 of the super fun characters that will take the kids through their learning journey through the reading, math, and science curriculum. All of it's evidence-based, so we get to take all of the thought process out of it. There are thousands and thousands of exercises and instructional points. There are books baked into all 3, the reading, the math, and the science. And if a child gets stuck, they're not going to get frustrated because we're not going to drill and kill. We're not just going to keep pushing that same exercise and that same instructional lesson their way. It will skip to a different type of lesson, but still teaching some of the core components of what a kid needs to know at each level. Because it's fun, kids want to do it sometimes more than just the 15 or 30 minutes a day. Because it's adaptive, no 2 kids get the same program. So if you have families with siblings all within that range of 4 years old to 2nd grade, both of them can sign up. All 3 of them can sign up. A family of 4 can sign up. Again, as long as the students are in that age. And I cannot emphasize enough, it's all at no cost. All of this is funded by Partners for Rural Impact because it's that important to them that not only are students arriving in 2026 to kindergarten ready, but that every child is a strong early grade reader by 3rd grade. So that's what the families are going to receive. We have asked to present on this webinar for a couple different reasons. One, so you know really the impact that this program can have in each of your guys' local place-based partnerships and areas. But more importantly, so we can ask for a little bit of help to get the word out, right? I want to scream it from the mountaintops. I'm in Boone County. I need a really big megaphone to get to Eastern Kentucky. So hopefully you guys can help assist in doing so. So again, this program is built for pre-K through 2nd graders. Make sure they are prepared for kindergarten, boost their learning, and support success in school. The way you can help is to please, please, please share our program materials and our flyer. I know our flyer is loaded in this webinar. You may also reach out to me at the end of this webinar with my contact information and my colleague Crystal's, and we will get the materials and the flyers in your hands. So please share, share, share. Post, post, post. We have learned that social media, every single institute and community-based organization and library and leader has some type of social media. And so we can string all of that together on the back end and get it out. We would be so appreciative. And so a couple different things: post on your own personal social media platforms, but also go to Kentucky Bright Start Explorers. We have a Facebook page, and if you could repost and or share everything from our page while simultaneously posting on your personal social media, we can start really creating that social media network so that every parent who's the decision maker and registering for this program can get eyes on the program. So share, 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 post, post, post. Host. If you are willing and you have an event happening at your library or anywhere else around the community that you are familiar with, we would love to do a registration event. So myself and or Crystal will come in and we will help register families on the site for Bright Start Explorers. So host, 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 or co-host with us. So either share, 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 post, 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 or host, host, host. All right, you're lucky enough to either be seeing this recording or be on this webinar, then you probably are already a leader in your community. And what we are also asking is, can you connect us to other community partners? We would love to scream from the mountaintops everything good to be true about Bright Start Explorers, and we will do that. You may or may not have different connections that we have not already had a chance to speak with and to share this opportunity. And so if you can help connect us to other community partners, you can either send them the information or send us their information, and we will reach out to them. So share, 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 post, 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 host, 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 and connect, connect, connect. Last but not least, you are in front of families every day. And so if you can refer families to actually register, in a minute, I will present with and for you a QR code, which will take families directly to the registration site. Or if you can send them to the registration site, it is with Waterford Upstart Early Learning, and there's online registration. While live, I'm going to try to take you to the registration site. Awesome, you should see it. So I clicked on the link, and this is the registration site. Through Waterford, you will actually streamline the process for families. So if families are in a county, well, they will be receiving the bundle of programs through Raising a Reader and Parent Powered. They just have to register once, and it's all through this site. And so if you click on Apply Now, it will take you straight down to the registration form. And so there's a couple pages of information where a family is asked some basic information, and then they're asked if they do or do not have a device at home, and or do they have reliable internet at home. And so it's through the registration process that they can request the device and or the internet and the Wi-Fi if needed for the home-based program. So again, it emphasizes multiple ways, no cost to families. We know sometimes it can be really, really tricky for families to navigate this just initial registration through technology. And so we want to offer full support for that. And you should be seeing my tab right now for full support. So that's the QR code I had referenced. But if any family that you come into contact with is intimidated by registering online, or is just having any type of difficulty, again, you don't need to navigate that. I tell anyone and everyone that will listen to please reach out to Crystal. Crystal's my colleague, and nationally has registered, honestly, thousands and thousands of families for Waterford Upstart, which is a huge component of Bright Start Explorers. And so families can call her directly. We have listed her 915-760-0876 number. and or you can reach out to her with any questions. You can reach out to both of us, but if you have a family in front of you and they would like some personal support and some help registering via the phone and on their phone, they can reach out to Crystal directly. All right, so I think that might bring us to a reminder right here. We are asking that you share, post, host, connect, and refer. There are multiple school districts, not one, not two, not three, but dozens of school districts eligible for their families to receive Bright Start Explorers. So in case you're listening while doing something else, I'm going to shout them out real loud. But if you work with or come in contact with other community partners or families that attend Barberville Independent, Bell County, Breathitt County, Clay County, Harlan County, Hazard Independent, Jackson County, Jenkins Independent, Knott County, Knox County, Lee County, Menifee County, Middlesboro Independent, Owsley County, Perry County, Pineville Independent, Powell County, Whitley County, Williamsburg Independent, Wolfe County, or Rockcastle County Schools. The children and the families and any of the community partners all have access to Bright Start Explorers. We want to make this as successful as possible for all of the families to be successful. Again, if they're entering kindergarten in 2026 to be kindergarten ready, and then if they are already a pre-K student, a kindergartner, first or second grader, to be on track throughout the school year and a successful reader by third grade. I am showing right now our question slide just so you can see some more of our great characters with Bright Start Explorers. I had referenced Rosie and Rusty. Those are friendly raccoons, but you can also see our turtle and our cardinal. So Teo and Cora will also be along for the students' learning journey. With that, again, I wanted to keep it short and simple when it came to slides. But if you have any questions, reach out to myself or my colleague Crystal. Again, Crystal's contact information there is for families eligible. And I see something on there. Breathitt is currently on the webinar with us. Fantastic. And Estelle is on our webinar with us. So if you guys have any questions, now is a great time. Come off mute, ask myself, ask Crystal. Great to see that Susan on the call has worked with Partners for Rural Impact. Just an amazing set of partners. And again, I appreciate Partners for Rural Impact for bringing everybody together to bring not one, not two, but in multiple counties, multiple resources to the families, all bundled. So they don't have to fill out multiple registration forms. I will pause. Hopefully that caught everybody's attention that's watching the webinar. But for anyone on the call, any questions, any comments, let us hear your voices. Where are you coming in from? Where are you calling in from? Oh, okay. Yes. Can we talk about the hotspot if they get stolen? Amy, can you tell me more about hotspots? Oh, hotspots getting stolen. Tell me more about what you mean if it gets stolen.
I can help out with that, Angie.
Yep.
Can you help me? Good morning,
Crystal. Let me
everyone.
introduce my colleague, Crystal.
Good morning, Crystal.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Yes, I can answer that question. When it comes to the equipment, including the hotspots and the devices, we're also, none of them are ever going to be charged to the family. Families are never liable for anything that happens to this equipment. Just please let the coaches know, let them know anything that has happened to the equipment. We are here to support you all along the way. We do not want caregivers to worry or stress about the equipment. They will never, ever get billed. We have come across multiple families across the nation that the laptop or the device breaks, misplaced, stolen. I mean, we never know of things that happen, right? Life circumstances bring you to this. At the end of the day, please assure your families that they will never get billed for any of the equipment that is harmed or misplaced, okay? So please, if they ever have any questions, anything that happens, let their coaches know. All we do ask of them is to communicate with their coaches and let them know exactly what's going on. If for any reason they're able to provide another device or another hotspot, they will do so. Human IT has a warranty on their devices, so anything that they need assistance for, it's their coach is there to support them. Okay, does that answer the question, Amy?
That sure did.
Yeah.
Yep. You summarized our discussion from a while back amazingly.
Perfect. Thank you.
I like to say Bright Start Explorers and all of the partners are fully aware we are going into homes with kids. With kids come sometimes pets and sometimes accidents and sometimes misfortunes. And so we are fully aware we are a kid-friendly program and we're a family-friendly program. So the last thing we want to do is tell you that the program is free for you and at no cost, and then there'll be some hidden costs. Also, there was a great question about, are there ways that public libraries can partner with the coaches and perhaps offer meeting space? I would love to get creative with public libraries. So anyone working within a public library interested in brainstorming ways to support families, please reach out to me. There's a couple of different things that we can do, and I think it will be very specific place-based based on the number of registrations in your area attending that specific public school, and different ways to lift up the parents and create really a parent network of families using Bright Start Explorers. So I would love to get creative. I would love to brainstorm with you. I think together, if we can dream it, we can make it happen for the families in your area. So absolutely reach out to me specifically about that.
And then I just typed too, if you could flesh out a bit more about what the coach does, so we have a better idea to be able to explain it to our people.
Yeah. The coach is really there to make sure a family feels extremely supported, especially because the program does take place in the home environment, in the home setting. And so a family can register for the program. The program is accessible as we speak. And so once they register and get a response that says the program is available, if they have their own device, can go ahead and log on. If they're waiting for their device to arrive, then they will have to wait approximately 3 to 4 weeks for that device to arrive. Fingers crossed they come faster, but we would love to under promise and over deliver. So once the device arrives, then they're able to log on to the program, and then the coach reaches out. Whether the family doesn't have to wait for the coach in order to start the program, but the coach will reach out and touch base and ask families, how do you like to be contacted? How often do you like to be contacted? Are you more of a Zoom family? Would you prefer to do some text messaging back and forth? Would you prefer some phone calls? Is email your contact of choice? And I always tell families, listen, I'm a busy parent, and so be upfront and honest with your coach. If you're going into a really busy season and you're thinking, hey, can you just touch base with me once this month, but let's double down next month because that's what feels really good. The families work with the coaches and can guide the coaches in terms of the cadence and how often. The coach has full access to the program usage, and knowing we're trying to have families use the program approximately 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week, program coaches have seen it all. They know why it becomes challenging for families. They have tips and tricks during the holidays to still get in some of that time. Sometimes they will host games with the families, small competitions amongst different families, unnamed. And they'll really walk this journey with them. Their goal is really trifold. They're trying to do 3 things. They are definitely there to encourage and support a family with whatever comes up, right? Something unpredictable, in terms of ensuring that the usage is where it needs to be. It's like any type of program. You sign up for a sports program, you recognize that practice is twice a week, but there are weeks you just can't get there twice a week. But at the end of the day, you don't sign up for a sports program and not intend to ever go. And so one of those 3 aspects of the coach's job is to help ensure the momentum and the usage of the program. We're confident that it's research-based and that the curriculum is aligned to the science of reading, and that when families do use the program with fidelity, you will absolutely see academic results and confidence built in their children. So that's the first reason why a coach exists in the family's life. The second reason is to just troubleshoot. Anything with the software specifically, anything with the academics or potential frustrations with specific skills. It is an academic-based program, and as with anything, we have successes and we have challenges as kids learn new things. And as parents, sometimes we don't know what to do with our children, or as the adult in the child's life, we don't know when they are experiencing successes. It's a little bit easier, but when they're experiencing challenges, we don't always know the best way to navigate and to help our children navigate through that. And so the coach is existing to help the families navigate the successes and some of the challenges academically. So they are there to support the usage and then to navigate the successes and challenges academically. And number 3, that family engagement piece is really important, because whether your child is 4 or maybe that 8-year-old in 2nd grade, you still have a lot of school left. And we want to help build advocates in each and every one of the adults in the child's life so that they can advocate for their child's success through some of their challenges, honestly, for the rest of their academic career. So we know that 2nd grade and 3rd grade doesn't end a child's academics, nor does it end their journey through the school system. And so that coach exists to help to build advocates right there in the home of the children. And that advocacy will continue for years beyond Bright Start Explorers. So hopefully that helps. A coach's role is to help with fidelity and usage. A coach's role is to help celebrate the successes and overcome the challenges of the academics. And the coach's role is to really build an adult advocate in that child's life well beyond Bright Start Explorers. It looks like there may be a question about languages available, and that's an excellent question. Bright Start Explorers is designed for children to learn to read in English. That being said, for the Waterford Upstart side, there's a phenomenal component where if a family is Spanish speaking, they can receive the directions in Spanish, and our coaching staff is in whatever language the family needs. So that is an excellent question. So the goal of the program is to help children read in English. I want to be really clear in that. However, recognizing not everyone is English speaking, we have directions embedded into the program specifically in Spanish, and coaching support will come in whatever language that the student and or the family, the #1 priority language used in the home. And so that is actually part of the registration process. That was an excellent question. When a family registers, it will ask the home language they are most comfortable in, and we will pair that coach with that family in that language of comfort. We did try really hard together with Partners for Rural Impact to remove as many barriers as possible. So we do recognize that equipment many times is a barrier and language can be a barrier. And so hopefully by offering devices when needed, offering internet and Wi-Fi when needed, and offering coaching support in whichever language is needed, we have kind of removed as many barriers as possible. So more and more families in all of the different counties can be successful with Bright Start Explorers.
I don't have any more feeder questions. Those
were fantastic. The ones you had were absolutely fantastic. I cannot complain.
It's because you guys talked to me so much about this and answered all things or potential impediments or speed bumps that we may run into. Does anyone else have any questions for either Crystal or Angela? Feel free to steal the mic. Doesn't look like it. Angela or Crystal, do you have any things that just bubbled up in your head you wanted to share with us?
I can just emphasize, that what Angie just mentioned about all the tools that they need to succeed in the program. One of the awesome parts about this is also that the family gets to keep that device. So this device, the computer that they get and mouse, they get to keep that for the rest of their education journey. Of course, if they're requesting a device, that means that they need the device. So what better way to even access the tools that they need and they will continue to use throughout their elementary school years, right?
Hmm.
So we just want to make sure that they know the support is there, and the pressure of trying to say like, oh, I have to return something. No, you don't. The only thing that families need to return is the hotspot, and that is because it is a third-party company, never at their expense. Their coach will provide them a label that they can print out, put on a box, and send back. Okay, so I just really wanted to emphasize that.
I'm glad you did. That was something that I remember talking about now that you said it. So yeah.
All
And
right. And
actually,
one
Angie, could
message
you?
did come up.
Yep.
I was gonna say one
I was going to
message
say,
came up.
could you talk about the next steps that you mentioned to
Yeah.
me too? That would be
If
great.
you are listening and you are from one of the county schools and or community-based organizations supporting one of the county schools that are not listed and currently funded by Bright Start Explorers, do reach out to me because there are a few other programs available coming this summer for 10 weeks. And it's not just coming for the summer, but it's coming for the summer of 26, 27, and 2028. And so if you're feeling left out, don't contact me and call me, and I will give you some more details on future programming down the road. What we really want to do is make sure that we fill this cohort of students. We are looking to serve, honestly, over 1,500 kids in Eastern Kentucky. And so next steps is to really, let me go back, rely on you guys to share, post, host, connect, and refer families to register. Those are next steps. But if there's something in between or clarity needed, reach out to us and we will answer any and all questions. And with that, I will formally turn it back over to you, Amy.
Thank you. Well, just as a reminder, today's handouts, there's several that both Angie mentioned and then some other things she gave me. They're available under the PDF and slides header in the Blackboard Learn window. If you'd like to download a handout, the handouts will not be available after the webinar ends. However, I can get them to you later. So just shoot me an email. Be sure to complete the assessment question, and here is the link to the survey. I'm going to stick it in there. If you would fill that out, that would be lovely and very helpful. Certificates of attendance will be available in your account in the online learning portal within a week of this program. And just as a reminder, KDLA is supported by the Library Science and Technology Act, also known as LSTA. So thank you to the Institute of Museum and Library Services, IMLS, for the sponsorship of this webinar. And thank you both to Angie and Crystal for being here with us, and to Bright Start Explorers for just a lot of amazing information and resources that we've been told about, both for ourselves as professionals and also to share with our patrons. Angie and Crystal both had their email up there. If you forget it later and need it later, please just let me know. And thank you again just for everything that you shared with us. And I'm just gonna share the IMLS slide so you all just have that amazing picture to look at. Thank you again for coming and taking a break in your day. And if there's anything that the three of us can help you with, as I speak for both Crystal and Angie, I'm sure they're fine. I know enough about them. It's fine. Just please email one of us and we'll do what we can to connect you with resources. And I hope, thank you again for being with us, and have a good rest of your day. Thank you both.